So welcome to another Thursday Thought. In today's Thursday Thought, I thought I would spend a little bit of time giving you my opinion on why factory systems and the way they're configured together, I think, need to be rethought from the ground up. In other words, why it's important to think of systems in a factory but start at the shop floor and work upwards, as opposed to thinking of it from a finance perspective, like an typical ERP system, and working down. So I've got a slide here that's pretty interesting. It is actually a slide from Gartner, and what I really like about the slide, it really breaks up the systems within a factory in a very simple way. So obviously we have our shop floor here on the bottom right. We have the ERP system that I think most people are familiar with, that actually run the organization from a financial perspective, from a logistics and planning perspective, purchasing, etc., etc. What we also have is a PDM, which is essentially a repository for all of your product documentation. So things like bills of materials, CAD information, special work instructions. On the far left, we have our CPQ or our CRM. So this is our customer management side of things, where we have unique customer ordering systems. So for example, if you want to customize a particular car, you go online to their website and you can kind of spec out the car. This is all done from the CRM and the CPQ side of things. All the way on the right hand side, you see the supply management. So this is where, in order for you to build your product, you obviously need to place orders and manage the supply side of things. So it could be subcomponents, components, raw material, whatever that might be, and that's pretty much taken care of from the TMS side. And a typical ERP might consist of all of this. It might consist of a CRM, PDM, ERP, and a TMS. Just taking one step down, we obviously have our CAD side of things. So this is where we obviously use systems and tools to design the product, optimize it, do checking, do analysis on strength, etc., to see if the product's going to withstand certain things, flow testing, etc. So that all sits under sort of the CAD section. And then we have the MES side, and this is where I want to spend a bit of time. So MES, in theory, is the interface between your business side and your shop floor. And there's many MES solutions out there. And I think, in my opinion, I think MES needs to be rethought. And here's why. So if you have a look at the systems that are required within a factory to connect MES to the shop floor, there are a couple of different blocks, and you see each blue block being a process or a system that needs to be done. And sometimes the MES covers it, sometimes it's part of the production line, and it's a little bit all over the place. And the red arrows is where the risk lies and the challenge lies. It's about being able to integrate between these different layers. So in other words, how do I get PLC data into my line planning, into my quality data system? And they're very ad hoc, and I guess every situation and every factory is often different. And then how do I integrate my line systems into the MES side is also, again, unique and different for every single factory. And what this represents to me is a huge cost in consulting cost, in development cost, in these once-off integration and connector costs. What I think the future of a factory from a systems perspective should look like, and in my opinion, is something like this. And this is why we created one of our products called ODIN Workstation. It's really about being able to integrate your ERP or your business management side of things directly into your shop floor. So what we're proposing and what we've developed over the last couple of years is actually a layer that actually talks to the hardware directly. So we can talk to sensors, PLCs, bolting controllers, pressing systems, welding systems, all the way up to the ERP system. So we have this direct connection, which allows us this smooth integration of data both upwards as well as downwards. So if, for example, a customer places a unique order for a different variant of product, we are very easily able to adapt the production line based on that unique order from a customer. And this flexibility and adaptability is exactly what our customers benefit from when they use our product. I guess another way of looking at this the whole system that maybe many people are familiar with is this ISA 95 functional hierarchy. So this is the current state where you have level 0, level 1 and 2, which is essentially your production line, so your hardware, your software that actually runs your production line. So these are typical things like PLCs, SCADA systems, etc., etc. Then you have level 3, which is your MES, which is again essentially a gateway between your production line and your ERP system. And re-looking at this whole system, in my opinion, it needs to look a little bit like this, where we've got all of these systems integrated directly into the production line. And so that's the advantage of building from the bottom up. And the production line directly integrates into the ERP system. So the need for the typical MES, as we've had for the last 10 odd years, I think has become redundant, and why we've actually developed ODIN Workstation. Smoother integration, making our customers much more flexible. I'd really love to get your thoughts. So this is our opinion on how we need to rearrange factory systems and essentially get rid of MES and get production lines to do a lot of the MES functions directly. These are my thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Here's another Thursday thought.